Hey everyone, welcome back to Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. Last time we made this into a collaboration by catching our dear friend Moses and adding him to the team, and now we're finishing our climb up Celestial Tower right after we deal with this little lady over here. Yeah, it has been a while, I think 3 weeks, maybe a month? I don't know. Basically what happened is Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, and everything else got put on hold because those games were fantastic. I just ended up playing those all the time, and then also it was around the holiday time, so Thanksgiving for those of you who live here in America, you know what that's like. And also just I got sick right after that too. It wasn't anything really big, just I was out for like a day or two. But, so yeah, busy stuff around the holiday season, and that kind of prevented me from coming back to this, but here we are now, ready to jump back in and make our way further into Unova. Emily, being a complete champ, taking out Swoobats, she doesn't even need my orders, she just knows what to do. I'm kidding, I'm giving her orders on the bottom screen. Pretend you don't see that, okay? Yeah, speaking of the holidays, for all of you here in the States, how was your holiday season? If you're watching this when it's still relevant. And if you're watching this when that's not relevant, or you don't live in the States and don't celebrate Thanksgiving, just tell me how your day's going. I hope it's going well. Yeah, that's about all the basic stuff to catch up on out of the way. So yeah, we are fighting a Gotharita now. We had a member of the Gothitelle line. I can't remember if she made Gotharita or not. I don't think so. I think she died before then. Poor Clarice. A moment of silence for Clarice. Good enough. Emily, ooh, almost dead. Confusion damage, racking up. We're gonna send in, Richter looks good. You can take him, Richter. Maybe. I actually don't have a lot of faith in you. That's the thing. Ferrothorn and, by extension, Fortress, that guy. Once a generation, start of the new generation, when all the new Pokemon come out, I always test either before Gen 5, Gen 4 I tested Fortress, didn't like it very much. Gen 5 came out, I tested Fortress, still didn't like it. Tested Ferrothorn, everyone else loved Ferrothorn, I didn't like it. Just the way they play. I mean, their job is generally entry hazard setup, and that's important for teams, but they're just so slow and they're so vulnerable that I just never got into them. So, I'm not a huge fan of our little Pharaoh Seed Richter, but I know that it's a good Pokemon. I just personally find them to be incompatible with my playstyle. And then Gen 6 came out, and I tested them both again. I actually was using Fortress for a while, because I needed a spinner. And eventually I was just like, no, it's not working. So yeah, that's my little rant on those guys. Ooh, Kibo. Whatever, we got rid of that Litwick. We are not getting good experience right now. That's with like Lucky Egg and everything. Oh, it's winter now. I've never actually gone through Twist Mountain in winter for the main storyline. I've been there for the post storyline, but I don't know what it'll be like in winter going in. Skyla's talking about stuff that frankly I guess I should actually care a little bit. We're paying respects to the Pokemon who have come to rest in this tower, and if you are too young to know what I'm referring to, then don't actually ask your parents. Don't worry about it. Keep your happiness a little bit longer, okay? And let's see. She's going back to Mistralton City Gym. Nakreen is way back at the beginning, and that is where we fought Lenora. That is not where we're heading next. Let's see, I haven't taught him fly yet. And I got spoiled with Gen 6. You can teach TMs right from the Pokemon Select screen. So that's what I tried to do there, and I forgot that I can't do it. And we're going to teach you fly, just because I don't feel like super rappelling my way through the tower again. I'm gonna get rid of Detect. I mean, any of your moves would have been perfectly fine to get rid of, but I don't care for Detect. I just don't care for Tom in general very much. He's going back in the box later. And here we are. Gonna heal everyone up. No one died. That's good. When was the last time someone died? I can't remember. It's been too long since I played this. I think it was before our little glitch incident with Chargestone Cave. I don't remember. Someone else can go back and look it up if they really care that much. I don't care that much. The fact is that many Pokemon have given their lives to help us succeed. And now we will have to carry the burden of losing them, and go and beat up Skyla to vent our frustration. I actually really like this gym. It's really cool. Just the flying around in the cannons. I think I like this version better than the one that they used for Black 2 and White 2. But they're both pretty good. I like the layout. On that note, I did a whole review talking about Oris, Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, those of you who weren't paying attention. And most of the gyms are the same. On that note, Winona's gym, which was always... I looked at it and I was like, what does this have to do with flying? I still don't understand what it has to do with flying. They didn't change her gym, like... They kept the same principle of the gym. And, I think for her gym, they should have used either... Her gym should have been set up like Skyla's gym from Black White 2, or like this cannon thing, and then have Skyla's gym be just what it was in Black and White 2, but that's just my thoughts. Overall, I didn't actually care for Winona as a gym leader. Most of the other Hoenn gym leaders, I was like, oh yeah, they're pretty cool, but Winona, I was just like, what's up with that get-up? And she's just bland. I know a lot of people really like her, but I just don't care for her. I like in terms of flying type gym leaders, I like Skyla way better. And I still probably like Falconer more than Winona. Is that all the flying gym leaders? I want to say that is. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's all of them. Emily is just clearing up in here. Just take down these flying types. She's our ace for this gym. That rock type power is just gonna plow through everything. Oh, let's see. Hex. Yeah, we want to get that move. Oh, wrong button. We want to give Moses Hex. We'll delete Imprison because it's pretty terrible in the main game. I always thought it was like one of the most worthless moves, but apparently it's really good for double battles, which actually does make sense. It's a lot better in competitive than random than the main story, because the main story, Pokemon have basically just their level up moves or whatever. and you'll probably be using TMs and junk. Competitive battling, everything's more streamlined. Most Pokemon have certain movesets that they run to be effective, so running Imprison there actually makes sense because if you get in a mirror match, you can seal a move, or say the opponent, you both have like Earthquake or something, it's a fairly common move. You can Imprison their Earthquake. I don't know how many scenarios that would come up in, but it definitely does make more sense in double battles. From what I understand, it's most used in double battles to imprison the move Protect, which is why a lot of Pokemon that can learn Detect in double battles, they run Detect instead of Protect, despite the lowered power points. Just some interesting stuff that I'd learned while I was browsing around on Smogon, or Smogon, I don't know how to pronounce it. Browsing around on there, I have no idea how movesets, like designing movesets works, and stat calculations and everything, so I pretty much just use their pre-made stuff. And then if there's a move on a set that I don't like, I'll swap it out for a move that fits my team better, but I use them as a basis. So, yeah, I'm kind of ashamed to admit it. I'm absolutely terrible at coming up with movesets, so... also, I'm terrible at coming up with teams in general. My teams turn out pretty imbalanced. They tend to work, but they aren't balanced because I just use the Pokemon that I like at that given time. So it usually ends up with 3 Pokemon of the same type because I have my favorite types. I really like Fairies, I really like Psychics. Fighting's pretty cool. Steel and Ghost are both really cool. So I end up with like 3 Pokemon that all share a type, and it's just horrible defensively, and all their movesets tend to be similar because they're all the same type. Just a mess. I'm a mess at competitive battling. I want to get better, but I just don't know what I'm doing, frankly. Back at hand, Belphegor. I think Emily would be decent at tanking these Ducklets because she just knock them out of the sky, prey on their flying type weakness, but I don't want to risk getting hit with like a Water Gun or a Scald or whatever water-based move they might have, and potentially losing Emily, so we're just going to play it safe. Belphegor's been getting a lot of levels just off the experience share he was holding, so he's a pretty good choice. He's got some good bulk, access to recovery, and he can always paralyze them to make things easier. However, on the Sigilyph, I don't like this matchup, so Belphegor's out, and we're going to actually try Moses. Sigilyph's part Psychic, so we're going to try out that newly learned Hex. If I remember correctly, Hex gets stronger from the opponent having a status. Let's try Will-O-Wisp, missed. Come on, Moses. Burn him. Tell him a sick burn. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. That's not how I normally talk. My street smarts, practically 0. My book smarts, out of 100, maybe a 60, 70, I don't know. But my street smarts practically 0. So, my trash talking game, really low. This Sigilyph is wrecking me. I actually trained a Sigilyph at one point. It's a pretty cool Pokemon based off of the Nazca lines in, I want to say Peru, but that may not be right. Somewhere in South America, there are these really cool like lines from ancient times that are all over the ground. And they don't seem to make anything if you're just looking from the ground, but if you get an overhead view, they make these really cool glyphs, like a condor, which I'm pretty sure is what Sigilyph's based off of. There's also like a human-shaped one, a lizard, a monkey, and it's just a mystery how they managed to make these lines out and everything back in ancient times. You can only see them from the sky, so it's a mystery as to how they figured out how to perfectly make these things, and just really cool. In fact, if you also like Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, they were the inspiration for the Earthbound Immortal cards, which aren't very good, but are still pretty cool. I always get sidetracked, I'm sorry. This is just boring, because I'm just fighting these random gym trainers. They aren't very interesting to me. It's just routine, either Emily or Belphegor comes in and takes them down. Which is actually kind of funny. You wouldn't expect Belphegor to be any good in a flying gym, but he's good against the ducklets, so. That air slash is actually starting to hurt. And our stun's more missed. That's the problem. I know I could probably go poison, or is it poison spore? Poison powder. And go with that. Stun Spore is less immediately useful, or I guess it's more immediately useful, but if Belphegor gets forced out due to taking a lot of damage, Poison Powder would be better in the long run. I just happen to like Paralysis as a status move way better than Poison. Paralysis is my favorite status condition, so if I'm given the choice, I always go for Paralysis over Burn or Poison or Sleep. I just think being able to outspeed your opponent is just always really good. And the fact that they may lose their turn is really cool. So given the chance, I always go with Paralysis and combine that with Serene Grace Togekiss. Too funny. Your opponent doesn't get to play. That's what got Klefki. Or that's how Klefki got Swagger banned, too. It's unfortunate because I really liked that moveset. My circle of friends, we don't completely follow Smogon's rules. We basically, any Pokemon can be used, not legendaries. No legendaries of any kind, doesn't matter how bad they are. Regigigas still banned. Same as Zekrom or Rayquaza. All of them are banned. Rayquaza, how do you pronounce it? I don't know. I've heard so many different pronunciations. Anyways, basically all of them are banned. Mega Kangaskhan banned. I think that's the only Mega that we decided on being banned. Salamence probably going to be banned too. I don't know, we haven't talked about it. I think AG Slash we agreed to ban, and Blaziken we agreed to ban, but other than that, just about anything's okay. We did ban Swagger, I think. Mainly, I brought it up because I just didn't want it. Even though I was the only one who used it, I just wanted to be fair, so I brought up that we should probably ban that, and so we did. What kind of interesting rules do you play with in your immediate circle of friends that maybe don't follow the accepted norm or whatever? Obviously, we also have like Double Team banned, Moody banned. Pretty much we follow most of what Smogon bans, we just add a few twists to it. But I'm curious as to what other people do for their ban list, so let me know. Thank you for watching as always. Go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you can also check a review I did, more of a comparison and contrast on my main channel of the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald games versus Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Basically just looking at what's new, what's improved, and so on. Thank you for watching.